Hello everyone and welcome back to Nightwind Archer. Thank you for joining me in this adventure here in Aora, which is an amazing place, a beautiful place steeped in amazing deep lore. So just really quick before we get into the video, there is actually a skill point that we have not yet applied. So let's go to our character screen, actually the abilities screen. So Kai has an ability point available, and there's all these different skills that he can use and that I can use with him. And based on maybe some of these different things, first, right now, this is the only one that's unlocked, is Fire and Ire. I think what I want to do is unlock each of them, each one of them, and then after each one is unlocked, then I'll start upgrading them. So I will go ahead and do the Unbending Defense, because I think getting an entire skill is a lot more value than upgrading a single skill. So that just opens up more possibilities and more that I can do with that character. So Kai now has Unbending Defense, and then for character, I actually have 1 point available, and it's going to be difficult. I do use the bow a lot, but I just feel like every single one of these is important, except maybe Maximum Essence to a degree, because I'm not using that as much for intellect. But Maximum Stamina I'm using, Constitution I'm using, Might I need to use for damage, Perception I need to use. I feel like all 4 of those I need. Intellect I will, dabble here and there. But I'm just going to start on my weak points and kind of get those up to speed. I think what I'll do to start is increase my Constitution up to 3, and then, actually no, I'm going to do Might. I'm going to give Might 1 point to get that up to 2, and then slowly start building those up to 3. This may not be the optimal way to do this, but whatever. This is what I'll do. So I'm going to confirm that. And then where were we? We were going to, I sailed to the Living Lands just as a reminder to deliver an important missive from the Emperor of Adir. And I need to make my way to the port city of Paradis, a rugged coastal settlement. And I need to find the Strangleroot, because that is where the ambassador is. And also I need to speak to Kai at the party camp. So let's go ahead this way.
These beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
Pargrunen. I'm not exactly sure what Pargrunen is. I'll have to look that one up later.
The city's getting crowded. Pretty soon the Adirans will outnumber us 3 to 1.
Why doesn't the Clavager put a stop to it?
Why do you think, dimwit? He's nice and cozy in the ambassador's pocket. That's enough for now. We got a listener.
Oh, that was actually them talking, I think. Yeah, so it seems like the local people are not too satisfied or happy that the Adirans are kind of coming into this land and settling here. They're not happy about it at all. So I don't know if I sympathize with them. Maybe I do. We'll talk more to the people of this land and see what they think, and we'll see how where my allegiance lies, I guess. Let's talk to a merchant.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a fine weapon or a sturdy shield. Not to worry, Volter is here. I suggest you take a look at my wares before you speak to Daggerda. Who knows what mood she's in today?
Where do you get your wares?
From legitimate sources, clearly. From traders and adventurers, mostly, and a few used pieces from people down on their luck.
Well, I didn't consider the legitimacy of your wares, but now that you mention it, maybe I am.
Apologies, friend. People see me selling weapons on the harbor and call my morals into question. I assure you, all of my wares have been vetted for quality and polished thoroughly to remove any unwanted stains.
Okay, well, you're not doing a whole lot to gain my confidence here.
Well, I believe my wares speak for themselves. Figuratively, I mean.
Okay, that's sus, but you know what? I really don't think I care that much. Let's see what you have for sale. Okay, so I do not have a whole lot of money right now, and all he has right now is just common stuff. That's all he's got available to buy at the moment, but that's, I guess, okay. I do need to sell some stuff because I've got a lot of stuff weighing me down that I'm not going to be using, like this common great hammer, the axe. I'm not going to be using, I really am not a fan of bogging myself down with weight. I'm not going to be really using that kind of stuff, so I'll be getting rid of these things. The messenger boots, not going to be needing that. Let's see, and then the rest of the stuff, I'll keep this stuff because those are ingredients that I'll need. What I would like to see from him is potentially a lockpick. I think I found that lockpicks were really useful when I was playing earlier. In my first brief playthrough, I found that lockpicks are amazingly...
Armor and shields for sale, envoy.
Lina.
Heading out to the wilds? Make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to...
Kai, I told you not to show your face around here again.
Come on. You're not still mad about that hunting knife, are you?
All right, no. You're clear. But you better pay up front this time.
I knew you'd come around. You miss me.
I'll let you think that. Now don't mind him. What are you interested in?
Okay, so there's a hunting knife in question that maybe Kai didn't pay up front for last time. Are you and Kai old friends?
Yeah, some of the oldest in Paradis. He's a headache, but that's because you want him to come back alive.
So you do care.
I lagged the garrote for you. Do I have to spell it out?
Huh. You know what? I think I better not get involved. Let's see what you have for sale. And here we go. She's got some beautiful, man. I notice here that some of these weapons, like this one, for example, it's got a golden border and golden text, and it is a unique weapon. So it has an additional unique power. Power attacks deal 5% bonus fire damage, which is really good. I have 614 gold. I'm not going to spend all of it on this one thing. I maybe will come back and get that later, but potentially a treasure map might be useful. I know for certain that lockpicks are useful. I'm going to grab all 4 of those. Every lockpick I come across, I'm buying them. Treasure map. Intimidating feline codpiece. This map reveals the location of a hidden treasure somewhere in Dawnshore. You know, I think it's gonna be worth... you notice it's a golden map, so I think that means it'll be a unique... Whatever I find will be a unique piece of armor, and I think it's well worth 100 gold, so I'm going to get that. My husband spent a fortune on this Stelgare codpiece to spice things up in the bedroom. Now he's dead on account of a weak heart. What? I want nothing to do with that tasteless, though brutally effective, garment, so I leave it to the gods to find a worthy bearer. That's okay. Very, interesting. We'll go with that.
What harm could some new armor do?
Look good and stay alive.
Of course. And then you, Merchant Daggerda, I heard about you.
Welcome to Dawnshore, traveler. My name is Daggerda. You seem like you could use a nice potion or a bite to eat. And I promise a safe and pleasant transaction, despite whatever Volter told you.
Yeah, he warned me about you.
I'm sure he did. He'd rather chase off my customers than admit he was wrong.
Wrong about what? Did you guys break up or something?
To be honest, stranger, I'm not inclined to go into it. He knows what he did, and let's leave it at that.
Maybe some disloyalty there. Look, I just want to see your wares. Okay, health potions are a little expensive, but do I need them? I mean, I have only 2. I probably could use, and I'm going through the potions, especially me being low level. And potions are best like mid-fight. The food that you cook is better for out of combat. I don't want to spend too much. I'll buy 2 just to be safe. I'm a little desperate right now.
The Living Lands are a dangerous place. A newcomer like you surely needs armaments.
Hey, I already came to your stall. Okay, let's take a look around.
Please, how hard is it to answer a question?
I don't trifle with souls, ma'am.
They're tearing my home apart. Never mind.
What's going on here?
I can't believe how rude everyone is around here.
Is there something I can help you with?
How hard could it be to find a watcher?
A watcher? Well, I might be able to find one. What is it worth to you?
I have a little money, if that's what you mean. I assumed I'd have to pay the watcher, though. I have a strange problem, you see.
And why do you need someone who can read souls? Actually, so just to catch up on what exactly a watcher is, in the glossary we have that watchers are rare individuals, blessed or cursed, with the ability to interact with the dead and see into the realm between life and death. Some watchers are driven mad by their gift, while others struggle to live normal lives. Okay, so they can kind of, they can interact with the dead and see into the realm between life and death. So yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Just she wants to see one of these. Why do you need someone who can read souls?
I'm clearly under some kind of curse. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do?
Oh, geez. And how is consulting a watcher supposed to help with that?
I don't know. Maybe they're drawn to a spirit there? I've tried everything else. I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed. I did ask the militia. They weren't risking their lives for a poor shelter folk. First, my ship gets attacked by pirates. Then none of my plants will take. Now this happens? And they won't let me into Paradis to sort it out?
Okay, what is a shelter folk? She used the word shelter folk. Oh, okay, so I guess that's a wood elf. Wood elves are common across Eora. They have a natural lifespan double that of a dwarf and significantly higher than a human, Omua, or Orlan. Skelterfolk, or wood elves, are prominent in the Adir Empire. Glamfelin, or pale elves, are native to the polar ice of the white that wins. Okay, I'm not familiar with that location, but she is one of these wood elves, I suppose. Okay. Who is they?
The militia. They're scared of some plague. At least that's what they say. I wonder if it's really the Adirans. Keep us out and themselves in. I should never have come here.
Come here for a better life and find a worse one. Wish I hadn't heard that before.
So what happened to your plants?
I wanted to grow a little food, save some skates. They never thrived, that's all. Clearly, I have bigger things to worry about.
So most people in your position would have given up by now. Why do you stay?
It's hard to put it into words. I just feel like I should be here. I'd heard it was dangerous, but the Glenfathan wilds were dangerous. I thought I was prepared. I had no idea what I was in for.
Okay, in Glenfathan, just for that Glenfathans are one of the many cultures occupying the Eastern Reach. The elves, orlans, and dwarves who make up the Glenfathan tribes are fiercely protective of ancient sites and nature's dominion over the continent. Okay, so their culture in the east, and I believe that Adir is from the west. From what the Adiran Empire Yeah, right there it says, your homeland, the Adirian Empire, is a nation to the west. So it's a completely different location from where I'm from. Alright, well, I'll see what I can do about those Zarups.
Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zarups saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them. And make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them.
Jeez, man. Well, I suppose as a Vanguard scout, that shouldn't bother me, so trust me, that won't be a problem.
Still, I know it's a dirty job. Thank you. That may not be worth much coming from a stranger, but I mean it.
Okay, so we have potentially a quest to resolve for her. We're going to try to get her cabin back from being overwhelmed by Zarups, which, if you remember, are those little lizard creatures that I was fighting last episode and the last couple
I've come
episodes.
in search of lost treasures. Have you heard any rumors of such things in the area?
Lost treasures?
I suppose so, actually. There are some Pargrunan ruins to the north, just across the river from the Strangleroot. The Pargrunan are said to have left behind many treasures.
Very good. I will remember you. You will be justly compensated upon my return.
Yeah, sure. Just be careful, all right? The land gets more dangerous the further north you go. No telling what might be waiting for you.
Do not worry, little man. I have stared death in the face before, and have no fear of these supposed dangers.
All right. Well, good luck.
Anytime I hear people kind of talking in the background, I sit around and listen up because usually there's some pretty good information I'll hear about just in passing. And my question about the Pargrunan has been answered. Earlier, there was a totem pole that Kai was talking about. He said the Pargrunan set them there. Well, that context in that conversation, the Pargrunan, I think, is just another word for the godless people from a long time ago. It's just the name that is given to those type of people, I think. So there's some treasure out there. I wonder if I can speak to them and maybe learn about this treasure?
It's a fine day for adventuring.
Sure is.
Something tells me I won't be getting that compensation.
Okay. Compensation for what? I don't know. Let's see. Test your mettle. Do you think you have what it takes to stand against me? Come see for yourself. Whether you're a Paradisian native, an Adirian newcomer, or anyone else, you are welcome in my arena. Just leave your problems and politics at the threshold unless you want to be next. The next one to test my theory. That Kith can fly, but only straight towards the ground and only once. Come to the top of Magran's assay to see what you're made of. Kazmina, Weapons Master. Okay. Interesting. Now, I don't want to get too bogged down with too many different quests all at once, so I'm probably going... Oh, well, look at that. Found a piece of gear here. I don't want to get too bogged down with too many things all at once, so I will probably not pick up every single quest I see, at least at the beginning. I will pick up quests, and I'll probably go back to pick up quests. I just don't want like 50 quests in my quest log. It'll overwhelm me, and I feel like this game is the type of game to definitely do that. I want to focus on one quest at a time. So I think what I'm going to do is, if we look at my map here, I'm here at the Clavager's Landing. I've came past that. Paradis, at least the inner city limits of Paradis, is over here. And I need to go up here to find the Strangleroot, and I also have the quest over here to find Denhengen's cabin from the Zarups. So I'll probably end up doing that. There is a quest here. I'll come back to that later. I'm not going to do it all at once. All right, and it looks like there's an Audra pillar over here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Audra pillar. I believe this is a place that I can set up a party camp, which is perfect.
Maybe it's superstition, but Audra like this usually marks a good spot to rest.
Yes, and I need to speak to Kai. So let's go ahead and set up a party camp here. Okay, so here I am at this party camp, and now I can speak to Kai and see what he wants to talk to me about.
After your voyage, it must be nice to spend the night on dry land. Personally, I've always found the rocking of a ship to be soothing. As long as I've got my feet facing the bow, that is.
Yeah, after the crashed ship tossing me into the water, I am pretty happy to be on dry land.
You know, for most people, getting sent to the living lands is a punishment. But, according to Steenrick, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Adir himself. Quite a position.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
No need to be humble. We're traveling together, we might as well get acquainted. So what's your story? Who are you that the Emperor sent you all the way out here?
Well, I'm actually investigating the Dream Scourge. I was tasked with discovering what it's all about and potentially ending it if I can.
Oh, that almost does sound like a punishment. I don't know how you investigate a so-called plague of the soul, so better you than me. Being a godlike, I don't suppose your patron deity gives you any unique insights into matters of the soul, do they?
I actually don't even know who they are.
I thought every godlike knew their god. That's one of the stranger things I've heard. And out here, that's saying something. Sorry, these are unusual times.
What do you mean it's an unusual time?
I haven't met anyone who's really seen the Dream Scourge yet, but that hasn't stopped people from worrying about the rumors. Refugees are flooding in from outlying regions. The guards are restricting access to the city. And people are making offerings to the gods for everything from hangovers to indigestion, just in case.
Yeah, I've seen how bad it can get. I can understand that people are afraid.
And here I was hoping for good news. Unfortunately, the presence of so many Adiran troops and the rumored exploits of the Strangleroot paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Clavenger accompanied your ambassador.
Now, I can understand the tension. Foreign troops are rarely a welcome sight.
Exactly. Paradis has been quiet lately, but I don't know how long that'll last. We're talking about an island that has been largely settled by nomads, exiles, and dissidents. People who tend to be suspicious of authority. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course.
Well, initially, I came here to investigate the Dream Scourge. But as I've been here, I've felt something calling to me here. Specifically a voice. And I don't know what it is, but I think I feel a connection.
Just be careful where you say that. That's the kind of talk that may get people thinking you've got the Dream Scourge. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again, even if it's just for a while.
Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, why is the soul plague called the Dream Scourge anyway?
They say people afflicted with it have strange, vivid dreams and start confusing them with reality. What starts as a light daze becomes severe disorientation and eventually a bent towards chaotic violence. And then, fungal growths take over your body. So Dream Scourge.
Okay, wonderful.
I guess it sounded better than miasmal canker.
Okay, yeah, better than that, I guess. Is there anything you can tell me about Paradis?
It's the gateway to the living lands, a scenic port city that's as beautiful and dangerous as the wilds around it. Most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarrock, a back alley shakedown, and then the sudden return of that porridge out of one end or the other. Then, if they've got any sins, they turn around and take their chances back where they came from, with authentic tales of their adventures in the living lands.
You don't seem to think much of Paradis or the people who come here.
Don't get me wrong. It's a great city. In part because it's great at winnowing out people who have no business being here. The living lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle here. But first, you've got to survive it. And the island gives no quarter.
So if it's so deadly, then why would anyone come here?
For a lot of people, the living lands is a last resort. They come fleeing war, debt, famine, the law. Take your pick. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a way you can't, maybe even on pain of death wherever you come from.
Chaos and desperation, in other words.
Don't get me wrong, there are perfectly lovely people here, but most of us who stick around are a little odd. Used to be. If you could last out here, you could count on being left alone.
But it sounds to me like Adir's changing things. Is that it?
That's what some fear. Hilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Strangleroot smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every Adiran who sneezes into somebody's stew.
Yeah, I seem to be getting the brunt of everyone's hate towards the Adiran Empire. I just have a couple questions about you specifically.
So did my commanding officers.
When did you come to Paradis?
That must have been 6 years ago now. I guess I was drifting, looking for a change.
And where were you before that?
A settlement called Thirdborn. It's a rugged little place, lots of Rowatayan expatriates.
Okay. Then why did you leave?
You're pretty nosy, aren't you?
Well, I mean, sorry, I guess.
Don't be. Things just didn't work out there. Let's leave it at that.
All right, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep talking. What did you do before you came to the Living Lands?
I joined up with the Rowatayan Navy as soon as I was old enough. I was part of our campaign to establish a foothold in the Deadfire Archipelago.
Rowatai's had a presence in Deadfire for the better part of a century then.
Part of a long-term effort to reclaim our ancestral homeland and feed Rowatai from Deadfire's fertile soil. I believed in that mission. Additionally, we were helping Deadfire, bringing organization to the pirate-ridden archipelago and civilization to our distant Wana cousins.
Well, that sounds familiar.
To Adir bringing order and civilization to our lawless frontier? Then I hope you learn from my mistakes faster than I did. The Wana didn't want us there. We spent almost as much time fighting the tribes as we did pirates and Wilder. And it was hard to see how any of our fighting and dying was feeding people back home. I'd always heard that war was supposed to temper us, strengthen us, but I didn't see that either.
Okay, then what did you see?
Some fell apart. Some bought into the cruelty that our continued presence required. Others didn't buy into it, but went along with it anyway. And that bothered me more somehow. I deserted. And I bounced between different mercenary companies for almost 10 years.
Wow. That's, quite a lot of jumping around. So if you disliked fighting for Ruatai so much, you left to fight for other people?
Hey, not all of us catch on so quick. Besides, there were only so many options for a Rowatayan deserter with no training and anything else. As a mercenary, I figured I could at least choose my battles and my crew.
And how'd that work out?
I ended up here, didn't I? It was more of the same. The only comfort was being part of a squad. By the time I came to the Living Lands, I'd seen enough. Had enough.
Sounds like you had a whole life before coming here.
Yeah. Though, in a lot of ways, it feels like I didn't really start living until I got here. Look, if I can give you some hard-won advice, stay on your toes. You're in a difficult position. Whatever your role asks of you, make sure it's something you're willing to give. Because you're the one who has to live with the consequences.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the advice, Kai.
Hey, advice is easy. The hard part's all you.
Gotcha. Well, I suppose we've been talking for quite a while. I'll leave you to it.
Holler if you need anything else.
Yeah, there is a lot of dialogue.
I haven't seen this much excitement in a while. Perhaps I've got you to thank for bringing it with you, Envoy.
Yeah, of course. Adventure sure is fun. Anyway, there is a lot of dialogue in this game. I could sit there for another 30 minutes. The trees of dialogue just go on and on and on and on. So, I apologize if you need some action and you're tired of just listening to talking for so long, but I think it's important that you get to know your allies, people that you work with, and it turns out, it seems to me that Kai, he kind of had a past as a mercenary, as a rebel, but he was disenchanted by that life, and he came here looking for a better life, and after all this time, maybe he's found some company in me that he hasn't had in a while. So anyway, let's take a look at these things. This is our workbench, and I can upgrade my weapons here, which is nice. And I have a stash and a enchanting station where I can enchant unique items. All right, well, I think that'll do it for the night. Let's go ahead and get some sleep. All right. Good morning, Kai. Looks like we've already packed up everything. Let's see if we can find that ambassador. You go this way. Or, before finding the
Really,
ambassador...
Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this. This.
People are angry. They can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here. They'll come around, though.
Yeah. I just hope Inquisitor Ludwig and the Strangleroot don't see this and take matters into their own hands.
Agreed. Nobody deserves to die for this. And that's exactly what would happen to those bloody fools.
Oh, wow. That's, really funny. There's a sack up there and some, interesting artwork. This is actually quite funny.
The gall of these locals.
Whoever did this, better pray to all the gods that they aren't discovered.
Yeah, I'm sure that could, get you in a lot of trouble if they were ever found. Let's keep going, though. Let's just head over further into the forest this way. And I think what I'm going to do is we go to the map. I think I'm going to set this as my main quest right now. I'm going to go
Your armor
towards...
could use some work. Let's check the watermill for supplies.
The watermill? Okay. Paradisian ladder. That can be used to upgrade my
Paradis and
equipment.
ladder. When heated, the resin forms a hard coat that strengthens weapons and armor.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can... Oh, okay. I didn't see this. I should have checked before I... Alright, come on. Got it. Where's the other ones? Okay, how do I get up there? Alright. You're not safe up there? Gotcha. I got your back, guy. Got him. Okay.
Nothing like a win with a good... Those Arabs must have been scavenging supplies, too.
Yeah, okay, let's see. What do we got in here? Well, some money and pelt. That's good. Oh, more lockpicks. Definitely
You got
need
everything you need
lockpicks.
to fix up your armor. Let's head to camp.
Oh.
I think there's something on the upper floor. We might be able to reach it from outside.
Okay, more Paradisian ladder. See if I can reach it from outside. Let's see. Yeah, I need to get up to the top. That top floor. Okay, here we are. Climb up here. And yeah, let's get up here and here. Alright, this should be good. There we go. And let's see what's in this chest. Copper grenades. Oh, good. Need some good grenades and pelts. All right, perfect. I should have enough materials to upgrade and some food. Wow, this was a good idea. Smart thinking, Kai. I guess since I did collect some materials, let's go back to camp really quick. I'm not gonna talk or anything.
Another palisade just like
I'm just gonna go into camp really quick to upgrade my armor and then head back out of here. And then we can head back on our way. So right here is the workbench. And now my common Adiran armor can be upgraded. So let's go ahead and upgrade. And boom, there we go. So it's now a little bit stronger. Perfect.
Nice work. That'll help against whatever we face out there.
Yeah, it should help. So let's get out of here. Okay, let me make sure the right thing is selected because it's still selecting the wrong quest. This quest is what I want. Now let's keep back going again. Let's get back on the road. Oh. Wow. What a beautiful place, though. Man, I just haven't seen worlds this well detailed. I think it's made in Unreal Engine 5 or something. So I think that's why it looks so good. But the clouds up in the mountaintops. Well, let's just keep going. We need to find that ambassador. I need to give him that missive. Do I actually have that missive in my inventory? Can I read it? Like if I were to go to my inventory, is it there? Oh, I do. This is the Emperor's orders. This is what I'm supposed to give. I think it is. Let's see what it says. Envoy. Our ambassador in the Living Lands sent warning of unrest and brewing conflict in the port city of Paradis. Most worrisome of all are rumors of the Dream Scourge, a plague that corrupts its victims in body and soul. The court of Adir is much disturbed by these unwelcome developments, any of which could threaten the stability of our interests on the frontier. Therefore, you, Caspian, are named a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire who travels with the authority of the throne. We grant you the privilege and immunity to dispense our laws as you see fit and to remove all obstacles by any means. Find the root of this plague and burn it out. The Emperor. Okay, so it would appear that the main focus of the Emperor is that he doesn't want the Dream Scourge to cause issues in the area with our expanding frontier. I don't know if I completely agree yet with the thought of coming here to dominate these lands. Why? Just for conquest? Do we need this place? Don't we have an entire empire to ourselves? Why do we have to come over here and conquer this place too? Are we adding
Even
value to these people's lives?
Can't stand against this place.
Yeah, let's come over here. We have, well, the old Pargrunen Wall. Looks like we're gonna have some issues already as soon as I enter. Oh, jeez, that was awful. I would never let... I hope, okay. This is not good. Let's go ahead and root some of these people. These Zorops. Take them out. Okay, this is not... Okay, let's just go ahead and... Got him.
Nice shot!
Alright, can I stun this guy? I'm gonna use fire and ire.
Watch the left!
Here we go. Ah, that's perfect. That stun move is really effective. Let's get this guy. I'll take him out. Don't worry. Ah, damn. Oh, jeez.
Another glorious battle.
Yeah, glorious.
Between tensions in the city and threats outside, the militia's in over their heads.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Yeah, these living lands are going to be an issue if we've got Zorops everywhere we go. Let's go ahead and just collect some spring berries. Oh no, look at what we've got coming up. It's about to get really wild in there. Oh, jeez. Alright. Alright, let's do this. That was really effective.
Point for you!
Oh, that sure took a lot of effort for one bear. I'm gonna need to get a lot stronger if I'm gonna survive in the living lands. Alright. Great, another bear guarding the entrance. Okay. Well, let's take him out from afar. Oh, he's eating an Adiran soldier. Keep firing. Oh no, is there a second one? Oh god, there's two. I don't want him getting any closer. Gosh, he's brave. Going head first into... Got him. Damn guy. Careful.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, he needs some help. Unbending defense.
Next one's mine.
Oh, that was so cool. Did you see that, Kai? 4 arrows. One smooth motion. Not many rangers can do that, huh? I'm over here fishing for compliments.
A rot seeps through here. Who poisons us? We cannot see.
The rot. It's that voice again. Rest in peace, Adiran soldier. Well, Kai? Are you ready to head into the thick wilderness? Here we go. Let's take our first steps into the dark forest.
Didn't used to be this overgrown. I can take care of that if you want.
Absolutely. Anything you can do can help. Look, a dead adventurer. A dirt-speckled amulet. And I've got an ability point. Right, great. I will unlock Kai's next skill, Leap of Daring. With a mighty leap, Kai crashes down upon the enemy, stunning and taunting all nearby enemies. That's great. Definitely give him that. And then I have my own abilities that I can now start equipping. Yeah, so I have the Tanglefoot skill, but I do need to unlock some other skills. And I think I will go with... I will go with this, I think. Food restores 20% more health, and and essence and bonus effect durations are increased by 20%. I think I'm gonna go with that. It's a really nice buff that I need to just get started. I'm definitely gonna be getting that buff at some point, so I might as well just get it started now. I've also got an ability point, so let's go ahead and start raising up some of our other stuff. Like, for example, their max stamina. I definitely need that, so I'll get that. My resolve is a little better. And then we got this dirt speckled amulet. It's actually a quest item. A small, dingy amulet with a tag on the back. My dear Walter, yours always. Worth more in sentiment than coin. I'll have to be on the lookout for Walter. No, I don't know who Walter is, but if I find a Walter, maybe I'll return his amulet to him. Or, well, his lover's amulet anyway. Okay, let's head deeper in. Alright, Kai, you go ahead and take care of this.
Coming in hot.
There we go. Burn away those roots. Another bear.
I got a bad feeling about whatever that bear's chomping on.
Oh no. What is it chomping on? Keep firing. This would be a great chance to test this out.
Way.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, Kai. Very experienced in battle. Another adherent
That's a
soldier.
bad way to go.
Yeah, mauled by a bear. Second one I've seen now. That's why it's a bad idea to be venturing out in the forest. Hey Kai, you think you can burn these roots too?
It's almost like the brambles are trying to crush that house.
Crush the house.
Stand back.
Right, thanks Kai. Let's get in here. Yeah, this place is really overgrown. But I'm always happy to find a chest. Okay, bound boots. Is that gonna be good for me? Bound boots? Let's see. Oh, maximum stamina plus 15. Reinforced leather bindings shield the legs and encourage good circulation. Boots like these are worn on long journeys as protection against the elements and to bolster one's energy. Explorers in the Living Lands rely on both to survive. Well, I definitely want the bound boots more so than the dodge distance because of the max stamina, so I am going to take those, and those actually look really good. I actually really like that, so yeah, we'll go with that. And the deerskin boots, I'll stash those in the camp, I suppose. All right, let's keep going. Is there anything else in this area? Well, before I head this way, I want to check, was there anything off in this direction that I missed? Oh, there was a bear here. And, okay, there's a chest this way too, so. Let's take out
unheard.
Another bear. Oh gosh. Man, he sure is brave, going straight in. Fearless of the bears.
Come and get me!
Got him.
Good one!
Alright, let's take this bear out. Man, these dogs are so tough. Right, and take him out. There we go. Glad I haven't had to use too many potions. What do we got here? Lockbox. Iron gauntlets. Iron gauntlets might be a little too... Minus 10% stamina cost while blocking. Okay, well, clearly I need that. Although it doesn't really match with the rest of my clothes and gear, I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Gauntlets of solid or articulated plates defend the wearer's hands and prevent disarming attacks, giving the wearer a modest advantage on the battlefield. Well, there you go. A little bit less stamina cost while blocking. You definitely need that. A merchant's journal. Has a merchant been by here recently? Something's changed in the Living Lands. Used to be that an honest merchant could come and go as they please. Now, if it isn't the Zorups, it's the bears. And if it isn't the bears, it's the bandits. And if it isn't the bandits, it's the tree folk. Feels like civilization's getting pushed out like a sliver of glass. Enough is enough. I'm hopping onto the first ship back to the Eastern Reach. Might as well stop and gather some mushrooms on my way out, so it isn't a total loss. Unfortunately, that was a very bad decision. I think he met his total loss by coming back into here to get mushrooms. Is his body anywhere nearby? This must be him. Durable greaves. More gear. What is it gear that... Plus 10% resistance to poison and bleed accumulation? I think I'll keep the maximum stamina. Oh, there's a little bit of his gold lying on the ground. Yeah, that was a very bad decision, man. You just talked about how civilization is being pushed out of these lands, and then you decided to venture in here with bears and bandits. Not a smart decision. Looks like I found the place I need to go. But before going there, though, I see something that's catching my eye. I see a building that can be broken into. There's usually something worthwhile behind doors. Oops. And I'm correct. There is something here. People just stash their treasures out in the middle of nowhere? Silver finning, amethyst, and a medium armor common breastplate. Let's take a look at the breastplate. Okay, so it is an increase in damage reduction, but I am reducing my max stamina and maximum essence by a lot. Breastplates offer modest protection to the heart and vital organs without restricting movement. Its stop ribs can deflect arrows or sword points away from the wearer's neck, but otherwise the armor is rustic and unadorned. We just take a look at that. I mean, yeah, it is rustic and unadorned, but I don't know if I like how much stamina it's reducing because of its weight. Well, it's actually only 15 less stamina than mine's currently giving me. And I don't care about the maximum essence. Maybe I need the extra damage reduction? This one here has only 2% damage reduction, and this one has 18. So I guess maybe it's worth it to have the slightly less stamina, but a lot less damage reduction. Especially out here in the tough wilds of the forest where anything could potentially be lethal. Probably need the extra protection. Yeah, let's go. Let's make our way further. Let's make our way further into the forest. And make sure I pick up whatever's here. All right, Kai. Let's head into this further.
Where did all these brambles come from? So quickly.
Your guess is as good as mine. All right, let's head in. But I think that will be the end of this episode. Here we are, deep into the forest. We've gotten to know Kai a little bit better, a better understanding of his history. We've unlocked some of his skills. We can see he's a very capable fighter, a tank of sorts. I've improved some of my gear, and I'm heading deep into the living lands, into this forest. Specifically, the forest has a name. It's not just any forest, it's the Strangleroot. And clearly, the roots are strangling everything, so I understand the name. But anyway, I think this will end it for this episode. I hope you're all enjoying this adventure. It's been so much fun to get deep into this world and explore this forest. So thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you all next time.